Since we just went over the research by Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett, you understand that it just doesn't make any sense to rashly make judgments about people's nonverbal and body language communication. Great, right? Amazing. No mistakes will be made in the future, right? Right? Oh, wait. There's something I'm about to drop something that's going to feel a little unsettling. And that is that even if you don't make such judgments, people will make those judgments of you still, right? People will still judge you based on your first impression and make all sorts of incorrect judgments because not that many people know about this latest research by Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett. And even if they do, the incorrect stuff about, if the person is looking down, that means they're lying. Not necessarily, right? But the incorrect stuff has been so culturally ingrained that people use that all the time and are really confident about their errant judgments or misjudgments. They think, I must be so good at reading nonverbal communication or body language communication. Tap on the back. And it's all wrong. They just don't know it. And there's just not enough consequences. Like, imagine you go for a job interview and you bought a new suit. You think to yourself, I bought a new suit. That's a +1 in my category, right? +1 for me. They will see that and they will get it. They never get it. You can't rely that people will get it, okay? As another person will judge your suit based on their style, or maybe your lack of style, or you're not going to have the same style very likely, right? Maybe their style is outdated. Maybe your style is outdated. You don't know. People's style are like always not perfect, but people will judge your style based on how they value their style, not how you think your style is best, right? And that's just the style of your suit, which is something that they should view positively since you went out and invested in your suit, but they don't know that you invested in that suit. So there actually is very little for them because they think, oh, suit, yeah, everybody should wear a suit, but their suit looks a little bit out of style. I see a wrinkle, and they'll suddenly find the way to see it as a negatively, where in your mind you might be like, that's insane. I just spent $500 or $1,000 for this suit, for this interview. And they can go through that mental incorrect judgment of just something as simple as your attire. Imagine other things that additionally have ambiguity. Everything in your resume can be judged well, can be judged negatively. It also doesn't even depend on you. It depends on what that person is having, for breakfast. If they're hungry, if they're tired, they will misinterpret quite a bit. So how do you protect yourself from being misjudged? You want to do a couple of things. First of all, you want to understand that out of 100 people, there will always be one or two or few people who will always misjudge you. So you're not really aiming for them. They just will always have strong incorrect opinions. That's just them. What you want to go after is the middle, the mushy middle that are convincible. The first things people will try to judge you on is whether you're nice and that they like you, if you are warm, and whether you're competent, especially in a professional setting. Your warmth, the ability for you to get along with people, and your competence. So you don't want to neglect, oh, I shouldn't get a suit now. Yeah, get a good suit, of course. Just know that not everyone will appreciate it, but you want to have a good suit that most people will appreciate. And you're aiming to be in the middle. You don't want to be too flamboyant. You don't want to be too subdued. Because if you think, oh, I will just come in and be humble and meek, well, some people will interpret that as low confidence, right? You want to be in the middle. Confident, good posture, healthy, natural eye contact, not avoiding eye contact, not too much eye contact. That's crazy, right? Because some people read like, I should have healthy eye contact, and then they go like this, oh yeah, I'm doing good eye contact. It's common. It's very common, especially when people first learn about have good eye contact and they overdo it and shoot themselves in the foot that way. So good, normal amount of healthy eye contact, pleasant air about you. So you're kind of in the middle so that you leave less to ambiguity. And the other thing you want to do is don't just leave things for nonverbal communication interpretation. Combine your verbal communication and your nonverbal communication to parallel each other and support each other so that it decreases ambiguity. If you bought that suit, you want to also express that this job is really important for me. You might say something that reinforces that this job is really important for you. Because if that person thinks, oh, their suit is so out of style, this job must not be important for them if they dress this way, well, now they'll not make that judgment as readily if you literally verbally express, this job is really important for me. I'm passionate about this particular job. And don't just say it's important for me because everybody says this is important for me. Give a plausible, good reason. This job is really important for me because I love working in XYZ space. I really love learning this technology. I really love helping this target audience that they're helping. Something specific that makes it plausible. And so that way, you'll run the risk of having all sorts of crazy misinterpretation about your own nonverbal communication and body language, which is really important because so many things hang on your ability to make a good first impression, which is just the first 10 seconds. It's as good as chance that they'll get it right or wrong. So you want to do these techniques to help their initial impression and never think, oh, they'll get it. Oh, they'll make the right interpretation. Mostly, no, they won't. No, they won't. Actually, research backs this up, and we've seen that. So do these additional things to aid how good your first impression is.